Black screen, printer sound, a death certificate fades in, full frame. Every identifying field is blurred except two: the date and the name of the hospital. The man named on this certificate answered his phone 3 days ago. He lives in the same state where this certificate was filed. He has a listed number. He was polite. He said he had been waiting for someone to call about this for a long time. The certificate is dated the same week he was discharged from the hospital that issued it. Not a different week, not a different month. The same 7-day window in which he signed his own discharge papers, collected his belongings, and walked out through the front entrance of that building. The hospital filed paperwork with the state declaring him dead. That was the first one. There are 7. All 7 were filed by the same institution. All 7 named the same man. All 7 were submitted to the same State Vital Statistics Bureau, which accepted and recorded each one. The man is alive. He has been alive for the entire duration of this filing history. There is no disputed period, no gap in the record, no window where his status was unclear. 7 times an institution looked at a living person's file and sent a death notice to the government. The second certificate was filed 4 months after the first. Same hospital, same name, same form, different date in the cause of death field. The cause listed on filing 1 and the cause listed on filing 2 are not the same. The intake records were pulled first. He was admitted. He was treated. He was discharged. The discharge form carries a signature, his signature, in the bottom right corner. The date on that form and the date on the first death certificate are 7 days apart. 2 weeks after his discharge, the state received a death certificate from the hospital's records office. The form was completed in full. Cause of death listed, date of death listed, attending physician's signature present. 4 months after that, a second certificate arrived at the same bureau. The filing dates were plotted on a timeline, admissions and discharges on one axis, death filings on the other. They do not intersect. Every time this man was alive and documented as alive: intake form, treatment log, discharge signature, the hospital was either preparing to file, actively filing, or had recently filed a certificate declaring him dead. The 2 tracks run beside each other for 8 years without ever touching. The discharge form from his first admission carries a margin notation, handwritten. The notation is not a standard medical abbreviation. It does not correspond to any field on the form. It appears to have been added after the original documentation was completed. The ink color is slightly different, the pressure lighter. That notation has not been explained by anyone at the institution. Filing 1 named a cause of death. Filing 2 named a different cause. 2 official government documents filed by the same hospital about the same living man cannot agree on how he died. 7 certificates, 1 living man, and a memo that proves the hospital knew. The internal correction memo is dated 1989. It is stamped in red ink. Records irregularity resolved. The memo references the first 2 filings by document number. It acknowledges the error. It names the department responsible for submitting the correction to the state. Behind the memo in the same folder, filings 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, each one submitted after the date on that stamp. Filing 3 came 14 months after the memo. Filing 4 came 8 months after that. Filings 5 and 6 arrived within the same calendar year, 11 weeks apart. Filing 7 was submitted 3 years after filing 6. The memo says resolved. Nothing was resolved. A records request was submitted to the State Vital Statistics Bureau. The request asked a single question: How many of the 7 certificates filed under this man's name and date of birth had been formally vacated or marked inactive in the state system? The Bureau responded in writing. The answer was 0. All 7 remain active. All 7 are currently on file. All 7